I'm Danielle Mitchell and welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm interviewing Troy Pryor, who I went to the University of Illinois with, so go Illini. And we are talking all about him, Creative Cypher. If you are an actor, actress, or influencer, this is something that you won't want to miss. He is full of gems and takeaways, and I'm so excited to have him speak. All right, here we go. All right. So, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
How you doing? My name is Troy Pryor. I'm from the South Side of Chicago, graduate of the University of Illinois. I'm an actor and a filmmaker. I sit on the board for Screen Actors Guild. I was actually the youngest elected board member in the history of SAG-AFTRA Chicago. Currently nominated for Vice President. I'm also the founder and chairman for Creative Cypher, which is a 501c3 that focuses on providing access to production resources, or access for production resources for independent filmmakers, experiential opportunities throughout the year to celebrate artists from all backgrounds, and educational opportunities so artists understand the business of show. And from that, we've been able to build out several great initiatives that I'm sure we'll be talking about.
Okay, and so tell us a little bit more about Creative Cypher, how it started, where it is now, and what do you have planned for the rest of 2017?
Well, Creative Cypher actually started out of a selfish need. As an actor, I saw voids in the industry and I wasn't booking the roles that I thought I could book. There weren't enough roles. I didn't see enough opportunity there. And then there was this mentality that I noticed in our market that was kind of this second city type mentality, like, you know, not working as hard as you possibly could because you weren't the coast. It was almost this idea that a lot of people didn't take it serious. And so the note I got was, you need to move. You're going to hit a ceiling and you got to leave Chicago. And I said, man, you know, I really think that I know that there are enough people here that know how the business works, that have the work ethic that I have, drive, and match. And if I can create a reason for those individuals to come together, then we can leverage each other's resources, work together, combine efforts, and build together. And that's really how Creative Cypher started to come about. And so, you know, day after day, another artist would come on board. We would put together events, and they would aggregate a ton of artists. They would see the content that we were able to do as a collective, and then we were able to build a production company out of that. Our own company. Next thing you know, we started becoming influencers and tastemakers, and our events that were originally designed just to be platforms to showcase art took on a life of their own. And then we had companies coming to us to help produce their events, and we had to tell them, like, that's not what we do. I'm not an event planner, but we just had some really great artists and great content that we were able to use as a tempo and build events around. Those events became the big calling card for Creative Cypher, even beyond the actual content, because more people knew about the events that Cypher were doing than the actual productions. But we were able to use that as a bridge and aggregate more and more resources until we were then able to start producing content, more and more content. And now we're in a position where we're becoming almost like this bank of resources. And it's evolved way beyond what I thought. Within a year and a half, I found myself speaking at Sundance, in the Hollywood Reporter, and really becoming a vehicle for a lot of emerging, millennial, multicultural content creators. And now we've branched out from just filmmaking. We work with musicians. A lot of the artists that we work with, we might help produce their music videos and get their music to be the score on films. And so that's really what Creative Cypher has evolved into. We have an app that launches August 5th that allows all of our filmmakers and all of our creators to connect with each other, to gain access to booking locations, booking rentals. It's a discount. We have Cypher News that goes out and covers live events, red carpets, one-on-one interviews, behind-the-scenes footage on productions, and roundtables. And, you know, Creative Cypher is really becoming a force now. We expanded to LA this year and Atlanta in the fall.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so what do you do to people that are looking and are like, okay, I want to be an influencer, or I've been working on my music and I'm building a following, is there a minimum requirement that you need for people? And what are the steps for people that are in Chicago, LA, or Atlanta?
To be an influencer or just to become a part of Creative Cypher?
Both. Say that they are an influencer and they want to be a part of Creative Cypher.
Well, if they're an influencer, that definitely increases the odds of becoming a part of Creative Cypher, for sure. But I'll split those questions up. Number one, to be a part of Creative Cypher, we ask that you fill out the form online.
Okay.
All of our members are vetted. We ask for your portfolios and resumes because Creative Cypher has evolved into having this element of an agency type style. A lot of people come to us because they want resources. And we want to be able to verify that these individuals are legit, that they're the top of the game, and we feel confident referring these people.
Right.
So we want to make sure before they become a member that they have a tight portfolio. They are, not only professionals, but we also ask that there is the spirit of collaboration with all of our members. We are not their agents nor their managers, and we don't mandate what they charge. But we do tell them if another member of Creative Cypher comes to you and they want to collaborate on something, work with them, give them a discount, whatever that discount. It's up to you. But it's more about making sure we push the spirit behind it, and the spirit behind it is we want to create quality content together. The only way to do that is to share. So those are some of the things that we tell people before they become members.
Okay.
There is a $100 a year initiation fee to join, and with that you get a ton of perks like discounts to events and access to private events, invitations, discounts on rental companies around Chicago if you needed lights, cameras, studio space. We've partnered with over 150 companies that when you come through Creative Cypher, this is why we have to vet everyone, because we're sending people to these businesses and they want to buy buy stuff. And then with the Cypher, cool, 20% off, 30% off, or we'll waive this particular fee or that fee. So we want to make sure people are tight. So you fill out that application, it gets approved, you pay your initiation fee, and then you get our app, which launches on the 5th, which gives you pretty much all the access that one would get from being a part of the Cypher can be controlled right through the app, right in the palm of your hands.
So only members can get the app, right?
Only members get the app.
Got it.
Only members get the app. Now, to your question about being an influencer, that's a little bit broader, and we do like influencers because Creative Cypher has grown from just being about providing logistical resources for productions and educational opportunities, which is the heart and soul. But there's this other element that has allowed us to grow very well, and that is being an influencer, being a tastemaker. When we talk to some of these bigger brands, they don't need any of our resources. They've got millions of dollars, but they do want our membership body to attend their events. They want us to tweet something or post something or tag something, or hashtag something, because they know that certain people within our group have followings. Now, how to become an influencer? Number one thing I tell people is you got to be a good listener.
Okay.
You have to be a good listener. The reason why I sit on so many boards in Chicago now is not because I'm the best producer or actor, artist, anything of that nature. It's because a lot of these institutions that have been around for a long time lack millennials, they lack diversity, they lack new ideas, they lack tech savviness, and here I am. So knowing that there is a demand and I have a supply, which is a very simple, equation, I'm able to join boards, I'm able to become an influencer, and it ping pongs. Because the more and more boards that I'm on, the more and more leverage I have. The more and more leverage I have, the more and more resources I can aggregate. Within the last 48 hours, I've been requested to book venue spaces, a whole crew for a feature film. Wow. And I'm sitting down in other meetings and my phone is blowing up because people need these resources. That informs my production company, which is totally separate from everything else that we're discussing. But imagine, if I build this, then it gives me so much more leverage to do other things. You become an influencer, but you can't do that if you don't know what the demand is. So if you want to be an influencer, you got to pay attention. You got to read. You got to see what's going on in pop culture, what's going on in society. You got to stay in the know. One of my favorite scriptures is study to show thyself approved. And although it's speaking of something else, the idea that you're staying woke, you're staying aware, you're staying knowledgeable goes so far. I've been to some meetings and some things that I feel are so mundane to me at this point are like mind-blowing when I'm at some of these board meetings. I'm like, that's not a new idea. I didn't come up with that, but somebody here should be implementing it. And you will be surprised on how far you can get if you just read.
Wow.
If you just stay in the know. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Then there's another component to it. My family background is clergy. I grew up speaking in church. I played 2 sports at the University of Illinois. So I've always been in front of crowds, audiences. I'm an actor, been on stage, so I've been very comfortable presenting. There is a showmanship, there's a charisma effect, there's a little bit of that you can add into it that allows you to, take the knowledge that you have and present it, because you could be the smartest person in the world, be woke and know everything, but not be a person that can attract other people. Mm-hmm. So it is a balance. So it's staying knowledgeable, but also knowing how to be a presenter. Knowing, having good communication skills, interpersonal communication skills, group communication skills, public speaking skills, more feared than death, which is why, if you look at individuals that go into politics or ministers and things of that nature, even if they're not the smartest people in the room, they're the individuals that are the faces because they can attract. Now, the savviest ones combine all of those. They're knowledgeable themselves. They have the ability to articulate and draw people, but they also are smart enough to know that they're not the smartest. So they surround themselves with other people, which goes back to this idea of community. I built a board, an advisory board, and started building, communities of individuals that did things way better than me, because my main skill was bringing people together. So, influencer.
Great. Awesome. All right. Do you have any closing that you want to give? How do we get in contact with you? How do we get in contact with Creative Cypher? If you're going to be in anything within the next month as far as film, or just tell us where we can get in contact with you.
Okay. So if you want to get in contact with Creative Cypher, you go to creativecypher.org. Okay. You can follow us on social media at Creative Cypher. If you want to get in contact with me or check me out, you can go to troypryor.com. Okay. Or you can go to @TroyOPryor on any social media, Facebook, Troy Pryor. We launch our app on the 5th. I'm on the council for Black Harvest Film Festival, so that's a whole month long at the Gene Siskel downtown. So we'll be screening some really cool films. If actually one of our team members is filming a screening opening night called Brooks People, a doc on Gwendolyn Brooks. We're giving an award out to a good friend of mine, Che Rhymefest Smith, won the Oscar for Writing Glory for Common and John Legend. He and his wife, the executive directors and founders of Donda's House, will be receiving that award. Let's see, I am also one of the 4 directors for the Millennial Film Festival in Austin, Texas. So if you happen to be in Texas, I'll be there for a weekend in August. We have a big festival down there that we're doing, sponsored by Tiffany's, Staccato, Mercedes-Benz of Austin, and Toomey. So that's going to be a pretty cool event going on. And like I said, follow me on social media. There's a bunch of stuff going on. So that's where I post everything.
All right. Thank you.